live in Pasig City. I'm 30. In 10 years from now, I'd like to be a better version of myself. I think I take a lot of inspiration from different people that I meet, whether it's, everyone will probably say that their mom is one of their greatest influences. And then a lot of people who move in the startup circles that I meet are also really great um, sources of inspiration, whether they're, really established entrepreneurs or the people who are, just with a lot of fire and passion and want to start something of their own, or like different creative types, or people you meet along the street who have an interesting story to share. I think there's lots of inspiration we can get from everyone. So I think it's really all of these people that we meet on a day-to-day basis. We can't take for granted the things that we can learn from people we meet every day. I'm Jen. I'm the chief collaborator and founder of Mooney. And Mooney is basically a community that likes to create awareness about conscious consumption and mindful living. We do this by creating different events and content where we share with people how to shop, eat, and travel in a more mindful and sustainable way. So I organize different events like the Mooney Market, which we've been doing twice a year. So we try to gather different merchants selling healthy food products, whether packaged or ready to eat. We also like to invite different makers of locally handcrafted items, or people who bring in eco-friendly items. And more than just being an avenue to sell stuff, we also really value the opportunity to help educate consumers about the better decisions that they can make on a day-to-day basis. So apart from just being a bazaar, we also do like a lot of talks and forums and workshops. And that's also something that we like to do on a monthly basis, so that even if we don't have the Mooney Market Day currently running, there's still something that the community that we're trying to build can look forward to every month. So yeah, if I had $1 million, I would definitely invest in much better public transportation system. Like, that would change the lives of so many people living here in Manila for sure. I can't really say what the next big thing is going to be, but I do recognize that there's sort of this creative convergence that's happening where different people from different sectors are collaborating more with each other. And I think that's really the key to any sort of systematic and sustainable change that can happen and positively impact the world, is if more people from different sectors, whether you're into entrepreneurship, design, education, governance, environmentalism, like all of these groups should really be talking more to one another versus just each one being in their own silos. And I think that's something that's obviously happening more and more, like, in the advent of, co-working spaces and like the events that I try to do. And I'm not the only sort of events organizer here in Manila that's trying to bring different people together. I think more and more of these types of convergences are happening both in Manila and across the world. And there's also lots of instances where people don't even have to meet face to face anymore. Like a lot of exchanges are also happening online. And I think when we have all of this cross-cultural conversations and collaborations, that's really the key to finding better solutions. I think our generation, we're so can't really speak for everyone, but I feel like at least here in Manila, I'm immersed to so many people my age who are so creative and are just looking for something to do more of. Like, how can they contribute to the world doing the things that they love? And I think that's not exclusive to Manila. I think more people across the world are really looking for more meaningful work. And I think that's something that our generation can really contribute. Let's see, like, so whether, again, it's about pursuing your passion in the arts, but at the same time trying to think about how what you can create can also have positive social impact. So whether you're a filmmaker, you're a photographer, you're a writer, you're an entrepreneur, there's always some creative output that you can make that can positively impact other people. So if you're into film, you can create something that inspires a social message, or like if you're into photography, expose something that needs people to be more aware of. Like, I don't know, if you took photos of bad working conditions somewhere, those types of things. Or if you're a writer or you're a TV producer, you can share stories about people, kind of like what you guys are doing. Stories about people who are trying to do their own thing and positively affecting the world also. And if you're an entrepreneur, how can you also use, commerce to help people out of poverty, so to speak? So I think there's a lot of different ways, and you don't have to be. Um, Sometimes we feel like changing the world can only happen in the context of, I don't know, like having your own NGO, but that's really not the case these days. There's so many different ways that we can create impact. Where we put our money also really impacts how we affect other people as well. So by choosing certain products, or choosing not to buy certain products, you're making a choice in effect.